Back again, my second video for today. In between customers, I came across this young lady on TikTok. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. I don't think she's a bad young lady. I think she's a little entitled, and like most of the modern women, they want caliber men that they are not caliber of. What I mean is, this woman would tell you she deserves a man that's 6'2" with a six-pack that makes whatever amount of money, when she clearly doesn't qualify for that. But anyway, some people would say, oh, there's a guy out there that would date her. But for the most part, on the general, guys with money don't want women that look like this or act like this. Like I said, I bet she's probably a lot of fun, but I doubt she's not marriageable because she wants to be the man. She is a man. Listen to her.
This is where you have it wrong, sweetie. It is not toxic to want a man to provide. If that's what I'm looking for, I'm looking for a husband, kids, a family. I would like to be with a provider. That is my choice. That is my decision. 50-50 can be a lot of things. It doesn't always have to be financial. I think that when men and women are competing with the financial 50-50.
Right there, guys. Men and women should not compete in their relationship. That is not the number one way, but a good way to kill a relationship is when the man and the woman compete.
You're leaving a lot of stuff out. A lot of stuff. If you're married, who's taking care of the kids? Who's picking them up from school? Who's making dinner? Who's cleaning the house? I'm not saying that's exclusive to women, but I'm saying that's a 50 that everybody's neglecting because everybody...
And you probably won't do it. See, you want a man that makes money. So are you going to compete with him about money, or are you going to cook? I bet you're going to compete with him about money.
He's trying to, not everybody, some of these women are trying to fight to pay half the rent. I don't get why. That makes no sense to me. Honey, no.
I don't believe her. I believe that she would fight to be head of the household.
Update, walking dates suck. Absolutely. Update, walking dates suck. Absolutely suck. I'm here with my IHOP water without my IHOP food.
Didn't you just say it was a walking date? Are you going to eat and walk? See, your number one priority here is to eat. That's why you look the way you do. Your number one priority should be to walk.
Literally, this guy was such a weirdo. We went walking and everything was fine. I made him carry my package to the post office because I needed to send something out for my little brother. And he's like, yeah, do you want to go to IHOP? I'm like, yeah, because he's really digging me. He's really into me, and he wants to pay for brunch for us, for IHOP. So we get there, and he was like, oh, you're so extroverted. You're so loud. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't.
Yes, it makes a lot of men uncomfortable that you're loud and big and boisterous, and you take up the room, and you want to argue and get attention through your actions, and it makes men uncomfortable.
It's I'm literally talking like this, talking normal, but he was so private. He didn't want to tell me any information about him. He was so private. He just wanted to hear all about me. So I already thought that was weird. So then he's like, oh, you're making me feel uncomfortable. I'm just going to leave. So he freaking leaves me in the IHOP by myself, mind you. That's why I took my water and I left too, and I went to get my own self lunch, and guess what he does? He literally calls me. He's calling me right now. I have to deny his...
I'll say it again. Her first priority was to eat. It was not to go on the date and have a good time. It was to eat. That's all she's talked about, is eating, not walking. So, yeah, once again, you are not looking for what you are.
And it's ridiculous because it's why are you calling me after that whole thing? That's, ew, no. And now he texted me and he's like, oh, it was a prank. I'm coming back. Get a life. Get a grip. Like, absolutely not. You've lost your chance. Goodbye.
First of all, ladies, let me give you a little advice, and men. If you're on a dating app, you're not high level. If you're on Tinder or all these, I don't even know what they are because I don't use them. If you're on these dating apps, you're not high level. Want to know why? Because 8, 9s, and 10s, men and women alike, get picked up organically in life. An 8, a 9, or a 10 does not need to be on the internet looking for a woman. 8, 9, or 10 woman does not need to be on the internet looking for a man. They don't have to. A stewardess that's a 10, she gets pulled off the plane and doesn't have to work anymore. That's the difference. Let's see what's next for Big Girl.
Broke men complain about paying for anything. The date, parking, anything. Like, they complain. How I know I'm talking to a broke man versus a man who's not rich, not even rich, just has a job, has a place, financially stable as a grown adult.
My stores make $1,000 a day, a few days a week. I make decent money. I had to park for the Rockies game. I complained because it was $20. Yeah. Men with money complain about spending money because that's how they keep their money.
Should, right? It be the complaints. Like, I know right away when I'm talking to a guy who I just swiped right on, we matched, and he's talking about, oh, but
bad bitches don't have to swipe.
But why don't, we go to a park or something for the first day? Why don't we, it doesn't always be about money. It could just be about us spending time. We could be just hanging out at the beach, and I'm fine with that. But I know you're saying it because you're broke. Don't deny it. Because then the same guy is going to be the same one that says, oh, we should go 50-50 on rent if we live together because women are empowered now. No!
Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. She's a gold digger, guys. Gabby Faye, too. She says she's a model, but she has no intentions on working, obviously. And just wants to live off of you, but doesn't qualify to do so. Wow.
For any of you who has ever been interested in modeling, quit scrolling. I want you to hear this quick story. So,
no way I believe that she's a model. Maybe I don't know. I wouldn't hire her. I don't think she's very attractive. I don't think she's a bad person. I just think she thinks way too high of herself and will probably be a cat herder.
yesterday, I went into one of my first in-person castings after quarantine with a new client. The first thing they tell me is, your agent says you've gained some weight. How much weight did you gain? And I'm like, it's quarantine.
Models shouldn't be big. I know they have what's called a plus-size model now, but we all know what models should look like.
And I'm working on it, like I gained a few, whatever. So she measures me. My measurements are exactly the same, except for my hips are like a half an inch difference. Whoop-dee. So she's like,
I guarantee you this woman's all of 200 pounds. I'm 6'2", 205 pounds. I bet you she weighs as much as I do.
yeah, just work on that. Maybe we'll use you next time. And she kicks me out the door, so I'm feeling really crap about myself. Then today, I get a new casting for a new client. I walk in, and she says, this guy, this like really French Italian guy, he's like, do you really know what you're doing? Tell me you know what you're doing. And like, I fit the clothes, I did my job, how I know to do my job. And he's like, great, you're hired. We're working with you from now on. We're gonna call you the night before for every casting. You're gonna work with us weekly. You're our new model, bitch. So just
Did you notice she never named the brand? You're in Los Angeles. The baddest women in the world are in Los Angeles. I doubt this woman is competing to be one of those.
say, don't let a little weight get you down, girl.
Well, I think that's it, guys. This is your modern woman right here. Oh, check this one out. This is a good one.
If he wanted to, he would. Hear me out. I went on a date with a guy last week, and it was a good date. We had a fun time together. He's a big-time lawyer. He owns 3 to 4 cars. He's doing really well in life. You guys.
A big-time lawyer wouldn't even talk to this woman because she's not wouldn't even talk to this woman. I doubt any other, especially a white man, would.
No, I'm a model. I'm new to the city. Transplant.
Once again, she's in Los Angeles as a model. I'm from Riverside, California. I know what the women look like in California. I don't see her doing very well as a model in California.
And don't even have a car yet. Like, still building up my life.
Once again, you don't even have a car, but you expect a man to come pick you up. Once again, wanting something that you are not. These women want stuff that they're not. You want a man that's in shape, but you're fat. You want a man that's good looking, but you're ugly. You want to be a model, but you're not in model shape.
Out here. Regardless, I expect my date to either pick me up or Uber me to the date. That is just my standard.
That's because you're broke. He has to pick you up.
The first date, he was a perfect gentleman. He picked me up and everything. He calls me today for a second date. He wants to go golfing. I said, great. What time are you picking me up? He's like, well, it's out of the way to pick you up. I just recommend you Uber to me and then we can go on our date. And then I wasn't sure if he meant me Uber myself or him Uber me. So I hung up and I texted him. I was like, hey, I'm excited for Saturday, but just to clarify. He calls me up and he's like, can you clarify your text message? And I said, I was wondering what you meant by the Uber. Were you going to call me an Uber or did you want me to call an Uber for myself? And he said, I recommend you call an Uber for yourself. And I said, oh, well, since this is a date, I prefer you to Uber me or you can pick me up. And he's like, oh, well, I think you could just do it yourself. And my thing is, yes, I can do it myself, but you're asking me on a date. I expect to be taken care of. Pick me up or call me an Uber. The notion that it's too far or too out of the way for the date, it's an inconvenience.
What kills me about the modern woman is they want to be independent, but then when a man asks them to be independent, they shame that man. I've had enough of this lady. I'm going to go. I got to get to work. Like I said, I don't think she's a bad woman. I just think she has a bad perspective on men and herself. You live in Los Angeles, ma'am, and I'm from that area. I don't see how you can make a living as a model, but that's just me. I'm not trying to disparage her. I wish her the best, but I just don't think her approach is very good. You guys have a good day. Please like and subscribe. Gabby Faye too. If you see this video, please contact me. I'd love to have a conversation. You guys take care.